just had, I got to bring you guys into my experience. My client that just left just now, she's going through it, man. Listen, she's talking about being older and having to deal with your maturing children, your mature children. I say children, they really act like children for real, but being older, having your life to live. Ooh, what? Uber got a shuttle? What? To go find out. Uber got a shuttle? Oh, that's great. That's interesting. Wait, I'm sorry, guys. Let me see. What? Uber, sweet. I need to find out about that. Oh, transportation. Anywho, distraction. Being older and have to deal with your adult children. That's whatever. I know that sounds crazy. I don't even know the term, but anyway, they feel like children. And their problems that they're going through while you're going through your own problems, and you being their counselor all the time, They call you for every little thing, whether it's minor or major. Help me with this, help me with that, While you tumbling down with your own problem, while you going through your own chaos, these adults have their problems that they bring into your doorstep, whether it's your grandkids or their issues or their marital issues, whatever it is, they bring it to your doorstep. But sometimes when you give them the advice, they don't like it. They don't like it at all. Things people don't talk about, If you're not a grandparent yet, or if you don't have to deal with marital issue yet from your grown child, you will eventually, So here I am to tell it, So in this instance that I'm talking about, the client's daughter got married, right? And it's 3 years. They have 3 children. The daughter have 3 children, which is her grandchildren, and they only been married 3 years. 3 years. And the man said he's not in love with her anymore, so he wants a divorce. And she got a set of twins and 1 more child, so it's 3 kids. And the guy left this young lady with her 3 kids. He don't want to pay child support. He don't want to get involved with the kids. Nothing. He just want to be a gigolo. Yes, it was cheating involved. When you're married, so I had to give a sermon in my car, that when you're married, the enemy, which is the devil, is going to come to attack your marriage. And if you're not firm enough, marriage is a ministry, by the way, to glorify God. And if your foundation of your marriage was not built on solid rock, and it was built on sand, yes, Satan is going to take your marriage down. He's going to bring doubt and deceit in your marriage, For those people that haven't been married yet, like I said all the time, I think people need to stop getting married, figure out what they want, because marriage, when you get married, marriage is not you get a marriage when you don't like this person no more, you get divorced. Marriage is not like that, I know this world want to tell you that you're not happy, leave. First of all, happiness comes from the inside, okay? Not because of a person, and you guys supposed to work your thing out together, The only reason why you get divorced is in the case of adultery, okay? It's in the Bible. You could just go look it up. I don't know the exact, I want to say, I might be wrong, but I want to say it's in the book of Proverbs, but I don't have the scripture or the code, the scripture or the verse for you, but it's in there. It's definitely in the good book, okay? But when you have the reason why a marriage lasts for 50 years, let's talk about it, right? The The reason why a marriage lasts for a lifetime is because they go through the valley together. Sometimes you're not going to like your spouse. Sometimes you're going to hate your spouse. Sometimes you're going to want to strangle your spouse. Sometimes you don't even want to be around your spouse, but you come back because of the commitments and the vows that you took, and because you want to be there, for the family, just for yourself, for God, because you made a covenant. It's a covenant. Marriage is a covenant. That's why. And you made a covenant, a vow to God that this is the person that you picked to do life with, And I don't understand this thing about falling out of love. How could you fall out of love? It's like, I want to know, like, if somebody don't love themselves, how could they love somebody else? That's the first thing. So, when a person gets sick, or start having financial issues, or they start looking on the other side of the fence, they want to leave their marriage. But then when they leave their marriage and find out that on the other side of the fence, it wasn't all that. The turf was fake, then they want to come back. But you can't do somebody like that. People are not yo-yo machines, So anyway, just on the parents, the grandparent part of it, having to pick up the pieces. Now the parent have their own life, and now they have to not only take in the adult child, but they also have to take in the grandchildren. Sometimes it's more than one. It's a disaster, You're opening up. Remember, you old, You lived your life. You raised your kids, and now you got to be raising a lot of seniors are raising their grandkids. A lot of seniors are raising their grandkids. Not because they want to, because that's the life, that's the hand that the hands that life gave them right now. And they don't want to. First of all, you love your grandkid sometime more than your own kid. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. So it's like, you don't want to see your grandkids suffer, Definitely you don't want to see your kids suffer, but you don't want to see your grandkids suffer. But adult children, the ones that's not responsible, and we all fall, right? We all need help, don't get me wrong. But especially when your child, and when I say your child, I'm just using your child. They're not children, they're adults. But when you have your kids is your kids forever and a day. That's your baby forever and a day. So for people that don't have kids, they will never understand. You could say this and you could say that until the card is given to you, then you'll understand. When you walk through the valley of the shadow, that's the only time you're going to understand, You have your own problem, your own finance. Sometimes, you in your house with your husband of 50 years, 25 years, 10 years, and now you got to bring your grandkids and your adult kids in the house, and they have their own set of rules that they want to come with. But now you have to set boundaries because you don't want the outsiders coming into your home, bringing in their problem, and their marriage is already separated, and now you and your husband relationship is going to be strained because of the adult kids, so these are the things you got to be careful of. So when they come into the household, if they staying with you for a little bit, you got to set time, like a time limit. How long are you going to stay here? How long are you going to stay here to get yourself together? Because it's not forever. This is what we're not going to tolerate, what we're going to you have rules, you have boundaries, right? You gotta let them know. Do you want people running in and out of your house? Because if you're a person that don't like people running in and out of your house, and you got people staying with you, they're gonna want to operate your house like if they think it's their house, and it doesn't work like that. You can't let people come into your life, whether they're your kids or not, and break your relationship that you've been building your solid foundation on their sand. Okay, so these rules have to be working out, and it doesn't matter. You love them and everything, but you can't. Your husband and your wife come first in front of your kid. All right, that's in the book of Corinthians. I want to say Yeah, 11 or 13. Go look it up, right? So God, the husband, the wife, and then the kids, you know? Believe it or not, yes. You know why they say that? Because your kids are going to leave the house, right? And then it's going to be you and your husband. So your husband and your wife come first in front of the kids. I know that's not what the world tells you, because I didn't even know that either. That's not what the world tells you, but that's how the natural order of life, in the book, if you're living your life by the book, the good book, okay? So much things to talk about. Yeah, sometimes it's illness. Your kids, your grown kids get ill. You gotta, be their caretaker. It takes away from your spouse, the timing with your spouse. So you gotta be intentional on making sure that does not happen. You can't afford to let somebody come and break your household. You can't. These are the things you need to be mindful about, guys. I'm glad this happened. I tell you, like, the world is an oyster, and it's so much learning points. It's so much materials out here for my channel, and I love it. Yeah, and then for the adult children, don't take advantage of your parents like that. They did their part. They worked 30 years sometimes, 40 years, that's a long time. You guys don't even want to work for 10 years, much less your parents working for 40 years, and now they can't enjoy the fruit of their labor. They can't enjoy their spouse when they're supposed to be going away, traveling, dating each other, doing things together, because they work now, they retire, now they got to take care of you and your kids, and then what the kids do is because they know you love the grandkids, they always want to leave the grandkids with you as if it's your kid. No, don't let them turn you into a permanent babysitter. That's what they try to do. They try to turn you into a permanent babysitter. That's what they do, guys. And then they use the kids against you. Like, if you don't want to watch the kid, then they try to, use the kid like a pawn against you. So now, they don't want you to see the kid and all that stuff. No, don't let them do that to you. Yeah, they do. It's called manipulation. They try to manipulate you, look straight in your face and manipulate you. Some people do. They really need help, for real. It's okay to help for a little while, but you got to put a time frame on that. And then, by the way, when they do come in your house, because these kids like to take advantage, make sure they was paying rent in their own house, right? Make sure they help out with the rent. And I'm not talking about $20 either. Make sure they pay. You got to teach them responsibility. Let them pay rent. Yeah, let them pay rent.